Hello everyone, I hope all of you are keeping well. Let's prepare for the map work which is going to come in term 1 examination. If you start all the states, in the northernmost region we have Himachal Pradesh. You know, earlier we had Jammu and Kashmir, but now it is not a state. It is divided into UTs. So if you start from Himachal Pradesh towards south, you have Punjab, then you have Haryana, then you have Rajasthan. In this way, all the states are shown in this map. My dear friends, it's very easy to remember the maps if you correlate the location of map or the regions with your previous knowledge. Or there are so many easy ways. You can see in the northernmost region we have shown Himachal Pradesh, and you know that region is the region where we have the great mountains Himalayas, and Himalayas are covered with him or ice or snow. That is why Himachal Pradesh is named after him or Himalayas. It is very easy to remember. And very close to Himachal we have Punjab. You know, Punjab is a region where Indus is joined by its 5 tributaries. So 5 rivers drain this region. Punjab, 5 waters drain this region. So it's very easy to remember the locations of all the state. Then you see in the western part we have Rajasthan, where sand or raj or wraith is found. There is this is the location of Thar desert. So very easy to remember the location of Rajasthan. And my dear friends, it is the largest state of India area wise. If you move further south, you will find Gujarat, and then Maharashtra, then Goa, then Karnataka, then Kerala. In this manner, you will find one more state, Madhya Pradesh. MP is written over there in the map, and it is centrally located. So it's named so because of its location in the center, that is the Madhya of Bharat. In the same manner, if you see the easternmost region, you will find Arunachal Pradesh, and this is the land of rising sun with reference to India. Easternmost state, sun rises in the east, so sun first rise in this region. That is why it is appropriately named as Arunachal Pradesh. Then in the same region, northeastern region, you will find one more state, that is Meghalaya. You know, Meghalaya is associated with Megh or clouds, and this is the state where we have very high rainfall. In fact, this is the state which receives highest rainfall in the country. So it's again appropriately named. In this manner, my dear friends, we can easily learn all the locations. Now let's talk about the capitals of all these states. In this map we have shown the capitals. You can see all capitals are shown with a dot, and their name is written over there. In the state itself, we can see state's name is written in short because there is a paucity of space. So to make you understand very easily, we have written states and capitals with different colors. Now my dear friends, in the next map we can see a horizontal line which divides India in two equal parts. This is Tropic of Cancer. You can see this Tropic of Cancer is running east west, and this is crossing or touching some states of India. If you start from the western region, it is Gujarat, then Rajasthan, then Madhya Pradesh, then Chhattisgarh, then Jharkhand, then West Bengal, then Tripura, and then Mizoram. All these states are either touched or crossed by Tropic of Cancer. Then we have the next map where we have shown standard meridian of India. You know, this is a longitudinal line which is 82 degree 30 minutes east. This also crosses India almost in the center through the town of Mirzapur. This is taken as the Indian Standard Time. Now friends, we have the next map in which we have shown major mountain ranges. You can see in the northernmost region we have the Karakoram range. In the south of Karakoram we have Jaskar range. These two ranges are located in the Trans-Himalayan zone on the other side of Himalayas. And in Himalayan region, we have three parallel ranges: Himadri range, Himachal range, and Shivalik range. So you can see in the map we have shown Shivalik range, which is very important as far as map work is concerned. Then if you move further south, you will find in Rajasthan we have shown Aravalli range. This is very important mountain range in the western part, or you can say northwestern part of India. If you move further south, almost in the center of India, we have Vindhya range and Satpura range. These two ranges mark the boundary of Deccan Plateau, northern boundary of Deccan Plateau, or you can say southern boundary of Central Highlands. If you move further south, in Peninsular Plateau region, the western edge is marked as Western Ghats and eastern edge is marked as Eastern Ghats. These two are the edges of Peninsular Plateau region of India. Now friends, let's talk about mountain peaks. In our exam, three mountain peaks are important. In the northernmost region, you can see K2, which is also known as Godwin Austen. Its height is 8,611 meters and it is the highest mountain peak of India. Then Kanchenjunga is shown on the border of Nepal and Sikkim. This is located in Himadri range. So if you say this is the second highest peak of Himalayas and the highest Himalayan peak of India, because K2 lies in the Trans-Himalayan zone, so K2 is the highest peak of India, but Kanchenjunga is the highest Himalayan peak of India, because K2 lies in Karakoram range and Kanchenjunga lies in Himalayas. Then you can see Anaimudi, which is the southernmost mountain peak of India. Anaimudi is located in Peninsular Plateau region and its height is 2,695 meters and Kanchenjunga's height is 8,598 meters. Then my dear friends, you can see plateaus are shown in the next map. As you know, there is no fixed demarcation or the boundary line for the physical features, but approximately we have shown the area of Malwa Plateau almost in the center of India in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Then on the eastern side of Malwa Plateau, we have shown Chota Nagpur Plateau, which is actually the eastern part of Central Highlands. And then we have in the southern part of these two plateaus, we have Deccan Plateau, which is actually the southern part of Peninsular Plateau. You know, we have broadly divided our Peninsular Plateau region in two parts: Central Highlands, which consists Manwa Plateau and Chota Nagpur Plateau, and then Deccan Plateau in the south of these two, right? My dear friends, let's talk about the coastal plains of India. You can see on the western coast, we have shown here two coastal areas. One is Konkan Plain, which is mainly in the western Maharashtra and Goa. Then further, if you move further south, you will find in Kerala state we have Malabar coastal plain. Then in the eastern coastal plain region, we have two divisions. The northern division is known as Northern Sirkar, and Northern Sirkar is mainly in Bengal, Odisha and Andhra states. And if you move further south, we have Coromandel coast or Coromandel plain coast, which is located in the eastern part of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. So in this manner, all these maps are coming in exam. Whatever is important, if you practice them once or twice, definitely you will have more perfection, and you will get full marks in your exams. All the best. God bless you all. Bye bye.